What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So if you saw my top 10 statue list, you know I'm going to be doing a top 10 life-size bus. Now, as of right now, I own 38 life-size busts with, a few more on pre-order, which definitely could make my top 10 list. Without a doubt, I think one will become number one or two, notably Khaleesi bust. But yeah, 38 busts. So let's get to the top 10 list because we have gotten a lot of new busts recently and we definitely need an updated list. Before we get to the top 10, let's give some honorable mentions. First is going to be the T1000 bust. Absolutely amazing bust. Perfect companion to Arnold. Really good likeness from this angle. Although I feel like when you're looking at him from this angle, he definitely loses the likeness quite a bit. So thank goodness I display him where the likeness is always really good. But really good, detail, custom chrome job, glass eyes, hand punched hair, silicone skin. Definitely, one of my better busts in my collection. Also, all of my ECC busts. They're all absolutely amazing, but none of them actually made the top 10 list. You got those two, Freddy, Jason, those two, and these three. So all absolutely freaking amazing, but they did not make my top 10 list. And last two would be the Infinity Batman and Superman. Absolutely love them. Crazy good presents. However, they didn't make my top 10. Let's get to number 10, though, which is the Nun. The Nun is, if you consider body and base, I wouldn't even remotely put this in top 10. But the face on this is so incredibly killer good. It drives me crazy how good that is. The mouth, the eyes, the silicone, the paint app is just absolutely mind-blowingly good. And so that face alone, trumps this in my opinion above my other busts. It's just that freaking good of a face. And one of my favorite painted faces on any of my busts is the Nun. So she's number 10. Number 9 is going to be my custom alien bust. I absolutely love the look of aliens and predators. And this bust is the best painted paint job I've ever seen. Painted by Chase Smith from Little Shop of Horrors. Just so many intricacies. It has the dome effect, chromed mouth with a drool. It's not big, doesn't have the best base, not a ton of body, but when you actually just look at all the intricacies, the paint app, the detail, it's absolutely crazy good. It looks so lifelike. I am hoping one day to get the Ultimate Predator statue as well, because I feel like, I got my 2 Predator statues, but they're definitely not Ultimate. It's kind of crazy the lack of Predator statues. It's like Prime 1 did Fugitive, but they botched on the production job. And then no one else has really made good Predators because all the cool props are honestly not very good. They're very cheaply made. So I hope someday Queen can get the license or Infinity and we get some killer, Predator busts, because I definitely would love to get super high-end Predator busts. But yeah, Alien is number 9 on my list. Now let's get to number 8. All right, number 8. It's going to be Alita. Alita is definitely one of the absolute better busts out there. There are a few things I think could be better, like this logo is cheap plastic. They could have made that metal. The base is extremely cool. It kind of resembles when she was playing that game she played. I forget the name. But it flows really good. Then her body has so many intricacies in the robot, version. The sword, real metal, super big, very cool. Portrait, spot on, really good glass size, great silicone, really good likeness. Does come with a leather, thing, but then it covers all that detail. Although I do like the look of it because it matches my statue, but I just love seeing all this incredible, cool detail. So definitely one of my absolute favorite busts is Alita. So this is number 8. Number 7 is going to be Queen Wonder Woman bust. This is all similar to Alita, but I just like the face quite a bit more because it's Wonder Woman. She's way more beautiful than Alita. Alita's not like hot, if you know what I mean. Like, she's not attractive, but she's cool. Like, I think Alita's way cool. Wonder Woman is way cool and way hot. So Queen did a great job on her portrait. Love it. The pose I do like, but also blocks a lot of her detail, which is kind of annoying. So it's a pro and a con. Like, it's very iconic and it looks cool, but it also blocks a lot of detail. So that's a pro and a con. Base, one of my absolute favorite bases, plus it comes with a shield. Really good detail on the silicone, the glass eyes. The hair is good, but it's the wrong color. But overall, I do absolutely love it. I wish it was bigger. Like, I wish it had more body to match my other Infinities. I may buy back Infinity Wonder Woman bust eventually, just because I think it matches my bust in this display much better. But overall, this Wonder Woman bust is one of my favorite pieces in my collection, and, top 10, number 7 on the list. Alrighty, number 7 on the list is Thanos. He is the only Marvel bust on the, top 10, but I do think Loki will make it, no doubt. Maybe even Doctor Strange. We'll see. But Thanos is still my favorite Marvel bust by far. He is one of the coolest bases of any of my busts. Without a doubt, like, I would say, like, it's number 1 or 2 of my favorite bases. Armor, absolutely immaculate, super cool. Face, really good detail, but could be better. It's not quite as good as some of my other ones. I think Queen did cheap out a little bit. They didn't give us acrylic teeth. The glass eyes were, not as good as like some of my other busts. The armor, amazing. I do wish it was bigger, and like had a little bit more body. Sometimes I wish I bought the newer Queen bigger Thanos, but that one being polystone and inaccurate with the Infinity Gauntlet, makes me think otherwise. But I still absolutely love this bust, and it is one of my favorites. So, yeah, Thanos, the only Marvel bust, but like I said, I'm pretty confident Loki's going to top Thanos as the number 1 Marvel bust. So, Thanos is number 6. Now we're down to the top 5 life-size busts in my collection. So, I actually totally forgot one bust. All right, this is a number 11 list now. Yeah, we're going to have to make this 11 because I totally forgot one bust. Top 11 list. So, technically, Thanos is number 7. Now we're down to number 6. Alrighty, next one on the list, number 6, is going to be Queen Arnold bust. And there's a reason for it. It's purely because the lack of body and arms. Ever since I've been getting all these Infinity busts, I have grown more accustomed to arm and half torsos. I feel like it just has way more presence, and it's just a lot better. So Arnold does have an incredible base. The battle damage is truly what makes him special, but, he definitely lacks a lot of body. But he does easily have one of the coolest looking faces, without a doubt. Really good sculpt all around, definitely like, 90% likeness. Good hand punched hair, good glass eye, light up. I mean, this is what makes this bust truly special. The bullet holes in the jacket. That's what makes this truly a very special bust. Like, God, that portrait's just so freaking good. It drives me crazy how good that one is. But now let's get down to the top 5, which is almost all Infinity, but not. And keep in mind, I just got these 2 busts, so sometimes when you get a piece, you rank it higher on your list, and then a month later you might change your mind. But as of right now, this is kind of how I'm feeling it. But I would put the next best bust as Catwoman. So Catwoman is number 5. I just barely got her. She's one of the best likenesses, without a doubt, in my collection of my busts. Like, she's probably the, second best likeness of all. Near perfection, 95 to 98%. ICN Hathaway, it's extremely good. Half torso, great base, light up, really good looking, big eyes, great hair. It's like, when you see this, you definitely like, that's Anne Hathaway. There's only a few things, like I said in my review, just check that out. But yeah, this bust, number 5. Number 4 is actually going to be Joker. Joker only has like a few issues. Like his likeness isn't as strong as like her, but it's still like a solid, I would put it at like 88 to 90% depending on the angle. And, you know, there's just so much going on the face as well. All the makeup, the scars. Now, I do like, in general, all of his, like, hair. Like, the curls, the green color, the makeup onto the hair. The only thing I dislike, and I've mentioned in reviews before, is just, like, I don't know if this should be, like, kind of, like, you know, I don't know if I should see the scalp right here. Now, the productions are like that as well. So, it's not like mine's any worse. In fact, I still think mine's better than production. Having seen all the production photos, I still think I have the best Joker available. You know, mine's the production sample, so mine's just a little bit, you know, extra, you know, care. But I mean, I love his costume, very high quality material, looks good. I like the pose of the Joker card, little Easter egg mask in the back, the knife in the base, the light up, the bat logo, the ha ha ha, why so serious, Dark Knight logo. All super, super cool. You know, and I've always loved the Heath Ledger Jokers I've seen over the years in collecting. They've always been like customs, but Infinity definitely came out with the best Ledger bust. So I'm very, very happy to own this. And, you know, it's definitely like, I'm never going to sell this. I've always wanted a life-size Ledger bust, and Infinity definitely did a phenomenal job. You know, I would just change a few things. Improve the likeness a little bit more, and make his head more upwards angle instead of downwards so I can see it better while standing up. But I do like Joker, I will say, a little bit more than Catwoman, just like a teeny bit. So he is number 4. Now let's get to number 3. Number 3 is going to be Bruce Lee bust. So this is a perfect bust, nearly. Really classy, nice looking, like wooden base, you know, Japanese, Chinese themed martial arts with the dragon. Super, super cool. You know, nice mixed media, real nunchucks, all silicone, and, you know, like 98% likeness. Like you see it, you're like, yeah, that's Bruce Lee. You know, all around solid looking hair, which almost looks like he's sweating, you know, because he was in the fight. Even has like the little scar right there. You know, absolutely phenomenal. You know, really, really impressive. Pain in the butt to display, but they definitely did a really good job. You know, like, look at the vein work, real fingernails. You know, like, that's how you do a fingernail, goodness. But yeah, he is my 3rd favorite. Now, the next one, I know a lot of people aren't going to agree, but you're not here in my collection, and a lot of what plays the role of, you know, a bust is how much I love the character and the nature of the look. And I do still like Infinity Harley more than Bruce Lee. Due to the nature, I think, you know, their bases are probably about equal, but her body versus his body, even though, yes, she has that stupid polystone hand, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I still enjoy looking at this more than a yellow jumpsuit with a nunchuck. I'd rather see a bat, a gun, and all that. And then when I look at the portrait, the likeness is about 90% on this. Like, my wife came downstairs like, oh, that looks great. That looks just like her. You know, Bruce Lee is more like 98%, but I enjoy looking at a female's face more than a male's face. You know, Harley's very attractive. Absolutely love her glass eyes, you know, and her hair looks really good. And I just love looking at, you know, everything going on that bust. It's so, like, busy, and I really like that. So it's my 2nd favorite bust all around. And it was between this and number 1. So, you know, and like I said, I do think Khaleesi bust will become the best bust in my collection. But I think, in general, my true best bust has to be Pennywise. You know, it has probably, like, the coolest base. It, like I said, it was between, like, Thanos or this. But, you know, Prime 1's base, their Pennywise half-scale base, was the best part about that statue. It's a masterpiece. It's so freaking cool. Incredible water effect. Georgie's hand, the SS Georgie boat, has, like, all the missing kid, like, newspapers on the back. And so, like, the base in combination with, you know, everything I've done, you know, the IT logo, the balloon, the COA, and then you come up to Pennywise. Now, obviously, he doesn't have arms, you know, which sucks because I'd love to have him holding, like, Georgie's boat or a balloon. But, you know, he definitely doesn't have, like, my favorite body out there. Like, his body definitely not my favorite. But when it comes to portraits, this thing is absolute perfection. Like 99% likeness. You know, like acrylic teeth, light up glass eyes, silicone skin with immaculate paint job, you know, like by true paint masters, not, you know, production in a factory. Incredible hand punched hair with perfect hair color, even like the way they did how he's like kind of balding but still hair. That's like, you know, perfectly accurate to the movie. And so, you know, I think without this base, he's definitely not a top, you know, number 1 in my collection. I would, you know, probably rank him more like at number 9. But I think with everything I've done to this piece, it truly does make it like the best bust, you know. And when it comes to like detail, you know, this is just as good as an Infinity when it comes to like the silicone and the paint app, if not slightly better. You know, I would say that like Blue Box Hyper busts are a tad better than an Infinity bust because theirs are all being painted by their paint master, not being shipped off to some Chinese factory, and there's a, you know, pretty significant downgrade from the prototype. Whatever they show you is what you're going to get, because who made the prototype is going to make your bust. So yeah, I really wish Blue Box would just make their Kratos into a bust from their life size, because their life size is $20,000, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if they told me 10 I would have bought it. But yeah, Pennywise definitely is, you know, one of the best busts in my collection. You know, I would say it also depends on the day. But, you know, when I look at this Pennywise, I'm like, this thing truly is special. But, you know, sometimes I look at other busts, I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite. At the end of the day, does it really matter? I get to enjoy them all. So I have a lot of great busts still on PO. We got Loki and Doctor Strange, which are supposedly set to ship in next month, February. And then we also have Khaleesi bust. I'll probably eventually get another Predator bust, Jungle Hunter. And Kong bust. Not too many more busts, though. We need to get my Mark 7 bust replacement. I'm going to get Thor and maybe Captain America bust. You know, but Khaleesi bust is definitely one, and Loki, that I think will make my top 10 list. Anyways, folks, that is it for today's video of my top 10 favorite busts in the collection. I'm also still considering the Unkillable bust. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know there's definitely going to be a lot of disagreements. And sometimes, yeah, I'll say like, yeah, Bruce Lee's the best. Harley's my favorite. Catwoman. Arnold. You know, it kind of depends on your mood of the day. But, you know, these are definitely like my top 10 favorites, I will say. So like, comment, subscribe. If you're looking to buy statues, use the link below. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.